Welcome to the Week 3 Games That Matter predictions. So this week I got a slate of, it was originally 22 games, it's now down to 21, with the postponing of the Miami-Florida State game, which is a bummer because that game was raring up to be a fun one this season. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it and get all this sorted out. For starters, I got Illinois at number 22, South Florida. I picked South Florida to win this game. I think they got a good chance here. Could potentially get to 3-0. They had to cancel their game last week against... Who did they play? UConn, which I think they would have won, so, you know. Would have been potentially a 4-0 here, but I got them going 3-0 here. Next would be Air Force at number 7, Michigan. Michigan was... I had a rough start to the game last week. I think they're gonna not come out so cold this time. I think they're gonna come out and they're gonna start punching early and often. I got Michigan winning big. Next is number 9, Oklahoma State at Pitt. Now I picked Oklahoma State to win this game. I've got Oklahoma State as an early favorite to win the Big 12. Now Oklahoma's coming out pretty big with that win last week, but still. I got Oklahoma State winning this one, but it is Pitt. They like to keep it close. Now, Pitt's played a rough start to the season. They had to play Penn State last week. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond to losing that game in this game against Oklahoma State. Next is number 25, UCLA at Memphis. I got UCLA winning this game, but expect Memphis to keep it within range for most of the game. If UCLA pulls away big, it'll be late in the fourth. Next is number 10, Wisconsin at BYU. How you beat the pants off of the first two teams you play and drop in the rankings is beyond me, but hey, it's early and it doesn't matter. And they got to find room to fit other teams that are deserving to be in the top 10 as well, so, you know, it happens. I think this is another rough loss for BYU. They lost that opener to LSU. They lost, not the opener, but the opener for LSU, but not for BYU. They lost that game to LSU. They lost a really close one last week to Utah. I think it's going to be another big win for Wisconsin this time. Number 16, Virginia Tech at East Carolina. While it is a road game for the Hokies, I got them winning this one. I don't think it's going to be much of a contest. Southern Methodist at number 20, TCU. I picked against TCU last week when they were ranked, and I learned my lesson. I'm picking TCU to win this one. Number 23, Tennessee at number 24, Florida. This one was a toss-up. Tennessee has a really good offense and an okay defense. Florida has one of the best defenses and no offense. Really what it came down to is I think that Florida will stop Tennessee, but I don't know that Florida will score enough to make it worthwhile. I think Tennessee comes away with a win. A minor margin. Maybe a point. Mercer at number 15, Auburn. Auburn's going to be licking wounds and throwing punches. It's going to be a big win for them. Army at number 8, Ohio State. Ohio State is bitter right now, to say the least, I would think. I got them beating up on Army. Feel kind of bad for Army, but I just don't think they got enough in the tank to hang with Ohio State past the first or second quarters. Next is Oregon State at number 21, Washington State. I got Washington State winning this game. I don't think Oregon State's going to keep up. Next is Tulane at number 2, Oklahoma. The only danger for Oklahoma is the letdown game following such a huge road win, losing to Ohio State at home last season, and then going into the shoehorn and beating them big. You don't want to let that get to your head. I got Oklahoma winning. I don't think Tulane will hang in for the first quarter or so, but they're going to fall out after that. Next is Colorado State at number 1, Alabama. Alabama's going to win this one. I think Colorado State may reach 14 points. I just don't think they got enough to hang with Alabama. Next is number 12, LSU at Mississippi State. Now, this one took me a little while to figure out who I think is going to win. I just had a gut feeling and I had to go with LSU. Mississippi State's got a really good offense, but so does LSU. I feel like LSU's defense is a little better, so I'm going to go with LSU. Next is Georgia State at number 5, Penn State. I got Penn State winning this one pretty big, remaining undefeated through week 3. I got Penn State winning here. Samford at number 13, Georgia. I got Georgia winning. I mean, not much else to be said about that. I'd worry about a letdown game if it weren't for the fact that they're playing Samford. Georgia should win this one. No contest. Number 18, Kansas State at Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt hangs with Kansas State in this game. I think Kansas State gets their first actual game from an opponent. So I got Kansas State winning on the road, but it's going to be closer than their last two. Number 3, Clemson at number 14, Louisville. This is the game to watch. One of my 2 must-watch games. This one makes the list because last season, Louisville should have won. I'm not going to blame refs. I'm not going to blame anything else. I'm just saying Louisville should have won. Talent-wise, I think they beat out Clemson. Had it been at home, they may have. But we won't know that. But I think that they should have. They didn't, but they should have beaten them last year. This year, I think Louisville is not more talented than they were last year, but their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, is insane. He's gone for 1,010 yards of total offense, just him, and 8 touchdowns in 2 games. So I got Louisville winning this one at home, but Clemson will keep it close. I think it's going to be like 42-35, 35-28, somewhere around there. My second game to watch this week, not season, is Texas at number 4, USC. Everybody jumped down on Texas after they lost 51-31 to Maryland. But the Maryland romped on the next team they played. And then Texas responds. Now, granted, it was against a lesser opponent, with a 56-0 victory last week. USC struggled in week 1, looked better in week 2. I think this one's going to be a clash. And I think USC may have inadvertently given Texas some ammo. They are claiming an undefeated record against Texas. I don't know how long you guys have been watching football, but I seem to remember a national title involving a quarterback by the name of Vince Young, who single-handedly destroyed the USC Trojans' defense and claimed the national title from them. So they are not undefeated against Texas. So, the second to last game on this list is Fresno State at number 6, Washington. I got Washington winning this one pretty easily. The next is number 19, Stanford at San Diego State. I got Stanford winning this one, but expect San Diego State to make it a close game. So that's it for the games this week. I think it's going to be an exciting week, especially with that Louisville-Clemson game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe for more videos. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys for the recap.